The gap between officials and delegates can oftentimes be seen as large and intimidating, sometimes even insurmountable. Overworked or stressed, preoccupied with taking on all the challenges of a session, officials might often seem stoic and distant, but they, like everyone else, used to be delegates as well, and they, like everyone else, have their share of embarrassing moments and memorable fails. In the following video, to illustrate just this, we have compiled a few of them straight from the participants of the session.
Hi, I'm Borjomi Regional Session. I'm the organizer of this session, one of them. And one of the most embarrassing stories is when I was on the Andro session. It was my first session as an organizer. So I was very shy and also kind of nervous. So when I sat down on the bus with other officials, I started talking with one of them and I didn't know who he was. And we started talking and I kind of opened up and I asked him if he was one of the media team members, if he was one of the journalists. And suddenly he looks at me dead in the eyes and he tells me that he was the president of the session. And suddenly the whole bus starts to laugh at me, and like, this was one of the most embarrassing and I don't know, stories that I will never tell my kids. But I'm telling you, so delegates, don't be worried if you messed up because it's okay.
Hi, I'm Uta, I'm a media team member, and I'm going to tell a story from Andro session of 2019. Our head organizer had a birthday and I was in charge of the cake. I called the bakery and asked them to deliver it to the restaurant that we were going to. And what happened was that apparently that restaurant also had a hotel right next to it, and the courier went into a hotel and the staff was fighting with him because he was demanding money and they didn't know anything about the cake. And so I get the phone call from the courier and I'm talking to him that, oh my god, no, that's a hotel, I told you the restaurant. And we called the restaurant and I'm talking on another phone to the restaurant manager and I'm like, he's in the hotel, please take him out of there. And suddenly our head organizer comes out and she's like, what's going on? And of course I couldn't tell her. So our board representative lied to her that it was a venue problem. And she got really scared, she got really nervous. She was running to me to like get one of the phones to see what was going on. And basically it was a whole lot of nerves and a whole lot of frustration.
Hi, my name is Annie, I'm a media team member. One of the most awkward and embarrassing stories that I remember was at the Hamburg International Session. It was around 1 a.m. Us, the delegates, were outside having fun, outside of the hotel of course, at the stairs, and I see a group of people and I thought that they were delegates as well. So I see one of them has this huge bottle of vodka in his hands and I'm like, the rules state that you cannot drink alcohol at this session, that it has that high percentage. So I turn to him and I say, oh my god, you're gonna get into a huge trouble for drinking that, the orgas are gonna kill you. And he turns to me, looks me dead in the eyes and says in a very German accent, who are the orgas? Turns out he was not a delegate, he was just a German teenager passing by. So I felt so embarrassed that literally I did not go outside to sit at the stairs because I thought that